Believe those who say they are seeking the truth, and doubt those who say they have found it. Here is the ultimate truth seeker, George West. One man trying to make sense of a world gone totally cray-cray.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. You've tuned in, you lucky devil, to the George West Show, heard right here on the 24/7 Miami.TV network. I am the aforementioned George West, eyebrows on fleek. I'm joined in the studio by Dolphin Boy, one Mr. Johnny Mejia.
How you doing today?
I'm doing very well, John. How you doing, man? How was your week?
Everything good, everything good. Exciting for all sports events going on in this month.
What's happening?
Well, February 21st, since the baseball players are coming back to town for spring training and everything, I'm going to the Fan Fested, players signing autograph. A lot of fans will buy tickets for the opening game on April 6th. It's going to be fun. I was there last year, and I saw two students from Connecticut School Broadcasting filming, and I was walking around the stadium because there was a lot of fans online where the players, they do rotate, they switch players around. They sell merchandise on the mornings. They sell merchandise or the frame of any type of football players. I mean, a lot of things going on, and also
that's February 21st?
Yes.
You know what else is February 21st?
The Water Derby.
Yes, Miami Vice City Rollers welcome the Rolling Valkyries to Sunnyland Hockey Rink. And we'll be doing 2 hours of live radio. We're going to be webcasting the whole thing, and you won't be part of it. This will be the first one you're going to miss, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. I've been there only for 2 times.
Well, that's as long as we've been doing it. So you're a plank owner, man. You've been there since the get-go.
Yes, in December. And then the last one, it was in January.
Yes, it was January 31st. The Vice City Rollers got a big win over the Molly Roger Roller Girls.
Yeah, those one. And that's I when I was there.
And what about it was, man? Did you see that hit in the second period when Loch Nessa, it was Tally Gator, hid behind a Molly Roger skater, one of their larger skaters. I think her name was Katie.
Right. I saw the video.
Here comes the jammer. Here comes Loch Nessa, thinking she's got a clear shot. And all Tally does is just kind of stick her hiney out just a little bit. And wham! Here goes Loch Nessa doing a full-on 180. Skates in the air. Akimbo.
Yeah.
And landed hard, but she popped right back up, was right back on, had several other really, really good jams that night.
Wow.
An awesome night of girl-on-girl roller derby action.
Right.
Love it.
Right. And meanwhile, also, the Miami Heat lost last night against the NBA champion San Antonio Spurs 98-85. And the Heat been struggling.
Well, yeah, but Dwayne Wade's been out, right?
Yeah, from 2 to 3 weeks.
Because of a hamstring, is fine?
Yes. And also, the All-Star game on the NBA is February 15th.
And we're going to see the big three are going to play together again. Is Wade going to play in that, or?
Well, he's going to be like a reserve, like a backup.
Okay.
And Bosh also.
So we got Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron.
Yeah, it has a Cavaliers player who's in the Cavaliers now. Since he left in the Heat.
Well, yeah, and look, he loves the Heat. The Heat's not doing well. The Cavs aren't doing well.
Well, the Cavaliers
should have kept the band together, dude. Should have kept the band together.
And
that's all I'm saying.
Also, the Panthers won 2 in a row. So they won on they lost on Monday.
Back the truck up.
They lost Wednesday.
South Florida has a hockey team called the Panthers.
Yeah, and they're doing good. They're 23-17, bro. They're doing good. I'm surprised. And
really?
They play today at 3 p.m. against the Nashville Predators, and they're a little bit tough, though. But hopefully the Panthers will go for it today and win this game today.
How about that? Well, you truly have your finger on the pulse that is South Florida sports there, Dolphin Boy.
Right.
That's why I keep you around.
Of course.
That and I love you.
And right now also, meanwhile, on sports also,
there's more?
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, one more.
You could talk all day about sports, couldn't you?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give you one more. What is it?
All college players are heading to the NFL Combine. That means they do exercise, they do weightlifting. They have to do like for like at least 30 seconds quicker.
It's basically a job interview.
No, not really, but it's about the NFL job. Like all college players.
So if the folks can, check out how fast you are, how well you throw the ball.
Yeah.
It's a job interview.
Yeah, and basically the Senior Bowl already passed, and all coaches of the NFL, all owner, the general manager, the vice president went there, and they say, "Oh yeah, I like this guy. I want this guy in the job." So let's see. From April 30th to May 2nd is the NFL draft. But right now they are focusing in Indianapolis Colts Stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, that's where the combine starts to see who's the fastest guy, quarterback, running back, receivers, tight end, left guard, center, right tackle.
You are all over this like stink on doo-doo.
Yeah.
All right. Can we get into the news now?
Yeah.
Because there's some crazy stuff that's been going on right here in Florida.
You got it.
All right, you ready for this?
Oh,
All right. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Cosby Show?
Yeah, way back then.
Way back. Did you ever watch Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids?
Fat Albert, no, but I heard.
How about
of
you,
it, though.
Diana? You can get on mic. It's okay. What? There's the old news sounder. We can kill that. We're not doing that anymore. No, we're not trying to Walter Cronkite this crap. So, did you ever watch Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids? Of course. Okay, you're gonna need to get a little closer on that mic. There you go. So
Yeah,
okay. You're gonna love this. Okay, there's gonna be a naked statue of Dr. Huxtable with a Fat Albert fig leaf.
Oh my God.
Yes, Bill Cosby. Fallen on hard times lately. You know, he's not America's favorite dad anymore. Now that dozens and dozens of women have emerged and they're telling stories of being drugged and sexually assaulted. You know, going way back through the Cosby career.
So he's in trouble.
I think it's a little fishy that, you know, now they're all coming forward.
Of course. Why now? Why not before?
Oh, he was so powerful in the network, and all true. You're going to tell me that there wasn't some lawyer back in the 80s with shoulder pads who wouldn't have represented you, who wouldn't have gotten this out there? You're going to tell me there wasn't somebody out there in the network that wanted to tear down Cosby? Please. Just find it a little sketchy. One of those ladies out of West Palm Beach, so there's the Florida connection.
Oh.
But now a young sculptor, a young artist is sharing his vision of what Cosby symbolizes in his fall from grace, in the most creepy way that it can possibly be done. And what's creepier than a statue?
Right.
Not much, right? Yeah, okay. What if that statue was naked? Yeah, naked art statues all the time. The Venus, the David, now the Huxtable. But instead of having a fig leaf, he has a little tiny crying Fat Albert, where his little Dr. Huxtable ought to be.
That's very messed up.
It's
Extremely messed up.
But that's art.
But he's crazy, George.
Are they gonna allow it to be in the public?
Oh, the statue has been sculpted by high school freshman Rodman Edwards, and it's going to be unveiled at the Corey Allen Contemporary Art Showroom in St. Petersburg on February the 20th. It's also being proposed as a replacement for Cosby's current bust on display at the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame in Orlando, in California. The one in Orlando is the one that's at Disney's Hollywood Studios, where they have the bust of Oprah and all that. You can kind of go up and put your arm around the bust and get. So they want to put a full-on statue of Cosby.
I'm so sure that freshmen they have no idea who was Bill Cosby.
Oh, I'm sure come on, everybody knows. Between
the
pudding pops and
Bill Cosby,
he's still doing. Was it Little Bill? He's still involved in children's television. He's got
He did Little Bill?
Yeah, Little Bill. That's Bill Cosby.
Really?
That's why you see him in the title sequence. Do you have kids?
No.
That's why you're not watching the title sequence. But all true and happening right here in the state of Florida. So that's in St. Petersburg, February 20th. You'll be able to go and see the Cosby statue. So wrapping up the story here, the Hall of Fame statue should not be exempt from re-evaluation, says Edwards' mouthpiece. That's Corey Allen's, I guess, his attorney. Sometimes they need to be removed or replaced. Joe Paterno's statue was taken down after the 2011 Penn State sex abuse scandal. Maybe the TV Hall of Fame and Disney statues should take note and go full frontal Fat Albert. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. It just, I love the concept of the kid that did this and everything, but you did it. Now it's time for this thing to start gathering dust and cobwebs in some closet somewhere.
Yes.
Definitely. 20, 30 years, somebody break it out. What the hell were they thinking?
That was way back then.
All right. Here's another one. All right. Help me, Jesus. I need to take a nap. So this story is coming out of, let's see here. Bungalower and others are reporting this week. Bungalower is a online news source. Are reporting this week that another statue story of a homeless Jesus sleeping on a park bench is being installed in downtown Orlando at the corner of East Jackson Street and Roseland Avenue. The First Presbyterian Church of Orlando is installing the sculpture near a place where they feed homeless people. Now, I can't help but point out that statue is going to be installed in a place where homeless people are generally not allowed to lie down on the benches. As a matter of fact, there's signs all over the place. Not only say don't lay down, but you also can't position yourself in a horse. I mean, this whole paragraph that's very complicated way of saying lay down, so that there's no talking your way. Well, you see, I was stretching, officer. I have the sciatica, so that's why I was assuming
Right.
this horizontal position.
Right.
Now, it's not the church's fault, but of course, it is worth pointing out that where they feed the homeless, they're not letting the homeless sleep. Okay. Now, some folks will tell you that makes perfect sense because you don't sleep in your dining room or your kitchen, do you?
No, but they're
No.
homeless. Where else are they supposed to sleep?
You know what the best thing about dating homeless girls is?
Where?
You can drop them off anywhere.
George.
So I just want to know where would the church lady be on this one? Hmm? Hmm? Could it be? I don't know. Maybe, perhaps hypocrisy. I don't know. It may be.
Aye.
All right. He's been spotted. You know I love these stories. We did a whole show on the monsters of Florida. You remember that?
Bigfoot?
Yes, the Florida Bigfoot,
I
the
heard.
skunk ape.
Oh yeah, I remember that when the monsters are not, that I told you that the monsters are not real.
All right. So imagine yourself. It's an ordinary day.
Right.
You're canoeing through the swamps of Lettuce Lake Park. Just having a grand old time. You, nature. Then off in the distance, you see something that looks like the legendary Bigfoot, the Florida skunk ape. Well, that's what happened to Matthew McCamey, 28 years old. He was out on the water in late January when he came across what he thought. He thought it was a bear. Hello, Melissa. I'm very well. Thank you for asking. We're learning about the Florida skunk ape. That's what we're talking about here today. Yes. You can come over on mic 4. Don't be shy. All right. So he thinks it's a bear. So, what's he do? What anybody who sees a bear, you pull out your cell phone and start getting some footage of that thing, man. Your first instinct you would think would be to run,
Right.
or in this case, paddle away, get away from the bear,
I
get away from the danger. Nope, not anymore, kids. No, we're gonna whip out that cell phone and we're gonna get some quality video of a bear. All right, but there's been a lot of bear attacks here in Florida, right? Like, so there might be a news organization that's willing to pay for that kind of thing. I could totally see it, but it's even better than that. Let me bring this home while the music pops up underneath me there. So once McCamey gets off the water, he goes to a park ranger and tells them about the sighting. But he was informed that bears don't typically wander into the swamps, and they're very rare in the Bay Area to begin with. So McKinney says he never put much faith in the old skunk ape legends, but when he looked closer, he noticed that the creature had long swinging arms, moved through the thick swamp with ease, and he can't explain what it is. So just like Tampa fisherman John Rodriguez did at the start of January, McCamey also reached out to the Huffington Post writer Lee Spiegel to share the news of his sighting. And just like Spiegel did with Rodriguez's claims, he shared them with a few people known to reveal hoaxes. So we'll see how that pans out. The Florida skunk ape story continues. This is the George West Show, heard right here on 24/7. More strange tales from the Sunshine State coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
To the George West Show, it might trigger an extinction level event. Probably not, but why take a chance?
Welcome back. It's the George West Show, heard right here on 247miami.tv, where we take a weekly look at all the strange and crazy, kooky things that go on in this wonderful state we call Florida. You get my take. Joining me in the studio, I've got, as always, at my left, my faithful companion, the Chewbacca to my Han Solo, the Robin to my Batman, Dolphin Boy.
What's up?
Okay, then we've got the lovely and talented Melissa Walker. And then, of course, she's going to need to pot up Mike 4 there. And then she slides the pots. She presses the button. She's just dynamite. I love having her. The lovely and talented Diana Monroy. Thank
Good
you
morning.
for everything you do for me. You are amazing.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
have to start just, calling you Details from now on.
Details.
Details, because you take care of the details.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you guys ready to get back into this? Because things are nuts
Yes.
here in
Right.
the Sunshine State.
Things are
Right?
crazy.
Always. Always.
It's
Always.
Florida.
It's Florida. What are you going to do? All right. So don't call me late for dinner. We just had the Super Bowl, Johnny. We talked about that on the last show,
Right.
which was, 2 weeks ago, because we had the live derby event last week.
Yeah, the 31st.
Right. Okay. So what did you have? What did you eat for the Super Bowl?
I was eating a barbecue steak, rice white, and tostones. Like it's almost like plantains. And
For
I
those that are out there, us gringos, what a tostone is imagine a potato that's been mashed flat, very starchy kind of vegetable, and then they fry it with some like garlic and what, very tasty.
yeah, they started that in public.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not potato.
It's not. I said it's like a potato.
It's the right
It-
plantain, basically. That they
It's the green
fry.
one.
Yeah, the green one.
Yeah.
that they-
And so the plantain tostones argument continues on right here on the George West Show. All
No,
right.
it's big in the Caribbean too. That's why.
So what you're Jamaican,
Yeah, my family's Jamaican. We just call it fried plantain.
fried plantain. Okay. What did you have for the Super Bowl? Did you have anything special?
For the
Chicken wings?
Super Bowl?
Yeah. What did-
Actually, well, I was lazy, so I just had my mom send over food,
Wait, what did
What
your
she
mom? What
made?
did you eat?
rice and peas.
Okay.
With the red beans and some baked chicken.
And some baked chicken. All right.
Some baked
Diana,
That's good.
Super Bowl, what'd you have?
I don't watch the Super Bowl.
So you did, but okay, so you didn't have anything. We made
No.
chicken wings.
No.
All right. So I made chicken wings for my wife and I to enjoy. She likes ranch. I like blue cheese. All right.
Cheese?
Are they
Right.
spicy?
But you guys, you didn't go out of pocket, like it wasn't crazy amounts. All right. So listen to this
Right.
Super Bowl menu. A DeBerry man chose the wrong menu item for his Super Bowl supper when he decided to kill 5 small alligators for a gator tail dinner. Now, for those of you who haven't had it, gator tail is delicious.
It is.
You can absolutely get it anywhere here in Florida, but the American alligator is a threatened species. I don't think it's endangered anymore, but I believe it's threatened. And they have farms where they, farm them for their meat,
Right.
just like you have cattle ranches where, they're farmed for their meat. And it's delicious. If you haven't had it, can't recommend it highly enough. The Pit Barbecue, way out on 8th Street, almost to Tamiami Trail, has the best gator sausage.
Oh my god.
It's-
By the Mikusuki.
don't poo-poo it. Really? You're
Oh,
from
real
Jamaica.
good.
You come in here with rice and peas with the red beans. That's what poor people eat at the end of the month. That is not fine cuisine. All
I
right.
am not going to. I don't know. I don't see myself eating an alligator that possibly ate
Why not?
another human.
It
What could've
tastes just
possibly
like
been?
chicken.
George, have you eat?
As often as I can. I love
It
alligator.
tastes.
Yeah,
good.
you eat that before?
It's delicious.
It is good.
Oh no,
It's
not me.
delicious. All right.
It
So
tastes like
Richard
chicken.
Nixie,
Yeah.
30 years old, was arrested on Super Bowl Sunday and charged with possession and taking alligators without a tag, according to his jail records. According to a report from the Wildlife Commission, Nixie caught 5 small gators less than 5 feet in length. So, I mean, these are babies.
Wow.
He admitted to trapping the gators and then cutting off their tails for his Super Bowl supper. Nixie was released after posting $500 bail, but will have to appear before a judge on March 3rd, according to court records and his arrest reports. And he'll have to watch his back in the swamp forever because gators don't forget. All right. Next story. Said I wanted a juice box, Diana. All I wanted was a juice box. This one real close to home. Davie police are investigating how a toddler got his hands on a gun and accidentally shot mama.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, y'all heard about
Yes,
this story.
I
So
heard.
officers were
No,
called out about
yes,
3
I
o'clock,
heard.
no, almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So there's your first clue
Why
right
was
there.
why was the kid awake at the time?
Boom. There's your 4 o'clock in the morning. Why is the
Yeah.
okay?
She
So a
didn't sleep.
3-year-old boy had gained access to
Oh
his
my
parents'
goodness.
firearm, according to Officer Engel. The child discharged one round that struck the mother in the leg. She received an injury that was not life-threatening. Still, 4 o'clock in the morning to get shot in the leg.
But,
That's not the alarm clock you're looking for. You want the little birdies cheap and maybe some music,
but
something like
first
that.
of all, the thing to pull
That's coming from Blanco is the Tupac Shakur alarm clock. They're gonna bust a cap in you and get you out of bed.
Oh my God.
But that 3-year-old must be strong because to pull the trigger, it's not that easy.
The 3-year-old is lucky because normally they're, you would think that they're looking. The only way they do that is
They
with their
looking,
thumbs, and
yeah.
the barrel would be pointing at them.
Oh my
So
God.
everybody, this is a
That's
bad situation that ended as well as it could.
Chris, you know something? I think that's carelessness on the parents' end. Number one, they have a gun. Okay, we understand. But what is it doing laying around?
To where
that this
a
baby can
3-year-old
their
can get
hands
access
on
to it. All right.
That's
Clue number 2. There it is. Number 2.
total clear.
All right. So the
carelessness.
injured woman left the home and contacted authorities. So she was able to hobble out of the house and get away. She was taken to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood. The weapon was a small caliber semi-automatic handgun. She had surgery on Monday and remained at the hospital, according to the police. The Florida Department of Children and Families is now involved, and the Broward Sheriff's investigators were at the family's residence on its behalf, according to an agency spokeswoman. Charges have not been filed yet. And why do toddlers need guns? Melissa, as you look at me with scorn and contempt, why do toddlers need guns? This is why. Our next story out of Ocala, Florida. That's no way to do a bris, and you, sir, are no Moyle. A 24-year-old Ocala man, Ocala, Florida. Oh, good Lord. Went to high school there. Was charged with attempting to circumcise his nephew
Oh my Jesus.
with a kitchen knife, according to police, because that is the preferred method to do a bris. You want to use not a serrated blade. That's only for bread. Police received a call from a 20-month-old boy that he had been cut. So this kid calls the cops
Oh,
himself. Clue number 1: where's mom and dad? Because this is unless it's mom and dad. Let's read on. Let's find out.
Right.
So Sergeant Michael Sommer said by the time officers arrived, the boy's father had taken him to the hospital. Upon arriving and interviewing people at the scene, the police determined that Larry Leroy Floyd, the boy's uncle, so Uncle Floyd, had allegedly tried to circumcise him
oh my
with a
God.
kitchen knife. Remember, if you're ever going to do this, you want the straight blade. Serration is only for bread. Serration is only for bread,
Oh my
never for bris. It's a thinker. Let it sink in. Uncle Floyd was promptly arrested and charged with domestic aggravated battery. Uncle Floyd has a history of arrests. Go figure. Didn't see that one coming. No, this brain trust here. How do you come to the mental process that you're going to try to remove the foreskin from a child's genitalia? How do you make that mental leap? Yeah. All right. So
Sick.
therein is what I submit as, okay, this guy has probably had a few run-ins with, state authorities, the ones with guns and nightsticks.
Yeah.
He's probably met those fellows before. I'm out on a limb here, but that limb's about 6 feet thick. I feel pretty safe. So let's take a look here. Uncle Floyd and his history of arrest, including charges for drug possession, of course, domestic violence, armed robbery, trespassing, and my personal favorite, why was this kid left alone with a kid? After being charged with aggravated stalking of a child.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Carelessness again on the parents' end.
Mm.
How in the world?
I'll stick around. I got a whole segment for Mom of the Year. It's
Yeah.
coming. All right, we move on here. It's the last thing you'd expect to find outside of a rural home. That's a bright yellow Mini Cooper, shell casings, blood on the ground. Or is it? Or we could call this story, is that a clown car or you just been hunting? I don't know. I didn't decide. I liked both. But basically, it goes down like this. 4 guys started out their night at a bonfire and ended up crammed into a Mini Cooper with 4 slaughtered deer.
With
Yeah, wrap your mind around that for a second. 4 full-grown men, 4 dead deer, Mini Cooper. Welcome Welcome, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, to the circus of the grotesque. All right, so apparently some of their neighbors heard shots, called 911 because that's what you do. Deputies get there and they find this this tiny little car parked, windows all fogged up. So you know what they're thinking right away. Down, teenagers, we've all been there. We got Lourdes the voice looking at me in the studio. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be shy. Come on in, Lourdes. Don't be shy. You can be on my show. It's okay. All right. So they go up to the car, this little tiny Mini Cooper with the fogged up windows. They peer in, and what do they see? Not 2 teenagers in flagrante, no, but 4 grown men and 4 dead deer. Blood everywhere.
That's crazy.
In a Mini Cooper. And that is crazy. That's what John Block said. His first thought was it must have been a stretch Mini Cooper because there's just no way. You know, there ain't no way you're going to fit 4 full-grown men, full-grown men now, and 4 dead deer into a Mini Cooper. Without the aid of a chainsaw, it just can't be done. All right? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, boy.
All right, so the neighbors do the math, and something doesn't add up. So basically, these guys, they got drunk, went deer hunting out of season. You could tell that they did not plan for this. This wasn't premeditated, or they would have brought a truck or something like that instead of a Mini Cooper. But hey, man, that's good venison meat. You don't want to leave out there. So they pack it into the Mini Cooper. They take off. Right about this time is when the shine kicks in, and you start getting sleepy. So, you know, whether they parked the car or the car just kind of came to a natural stop like they did, the next morning the cops show up, fogged up, find it like that and everything. So the only thing that makes sense in this whole story is how it began. The men said they started partying and went to at like 3 o'clock in the morning, went on an illegal joyride / deer hunt. So that's when the blackout happened. All they know is they woke up in the car
with the deer,
and both men have since been arrested for hunting out of season. And only in Florida.
in Florida.
And that one coming out of Orange County.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. WKMG. Awesome story. Only in Florida. I mean, think about it. four, redneck cracker, guys.
Oh, my God. No, you didn't.
And 4 dead deer in a Mini Cooper. Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey needs to get a hold of these guys. They're going to revolutionize. They're bringing back Clown Car. They're bringing Clown Car back. And the others clowns don't know how to act. I could go on. You're listening to the George West Show right here on 247miami.tv. When we come back, it's the Mother of the Year segment. Where's the most dangerous place to be a child? Apparently it's here in Florida. Tell you all about it when we come back. Stay tuned.
You buy a car from this guy? Of course you would. Sit back, relax, and listen to the George West Show.
And just like that, we're back. You caught me with a mouthful of donut. Well, How about that? All right, you're listening to the George West Show, heard right here on 247miami.tv. I am George West, eyebrows on fleek. And I'm all about the bass. The bass.
Right.
About the base.
But I don't mind a little trouble. I don't mind. All right, so Mother of the Year segment, okay? Where's the most dangerous place to be a kid? State of Florida. You know, it's just true. I give you Exhibit A. All right, Mom of the Year. All right, we'll have to vote on which one of these moms is the worst. Okay, so feel free to take notes. All right, mom number one. A Florida woman faces child abuse charges for the way she tried to get her kids to stop fighting. All right, so it's not that you know your kids fight. You know, stop pulling your sister's hair. You know, you gotta cut that crap out. You can't turn a hose on them. You can't beat them anymore. You know, the beating's not an option. That's how they did it in my day. Right?
And
And it worked.
Yeah.
It
And it
really
worked.
worked.
We stopped fighting.
A little smack on
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
my mom would stop the car.
You
and
hear
get the
that, you
belt.
liberal scum? Beat your kids. Beat your kids and we'll win our wars. America. All right, so police say that Lorena Simpson slammed on the brakes to get her kids who were in the back seat to stop arguing. Now, apparently, Lorena's not familiar with the laws of physics because when she slammed on her brakes, her 12-year-old daughter, who was in the front seat and wasn't buckled in,
Oh no.
when her mom hit the brakes,
Oh no.
face plant right into the windshield.
Ooh.
Poor thing.
Okay, this is what we like to call the law of unintended consequences. Want to get the kids to stop fighting. Noble effort, yes. Creative way of doing it, maybe. But outcome,
boy.
no, sorry, no. Yeah.
Did they stop fighting?
She didn't, I think so. You know, if
Yeah.
your front sister's in the, you know, with glass in her face.
Oh God.
You know, yeah, I think that's go.
Oh, okay.
I think that'll shut it down.
No, it stopped.
Either that or mom stopped caring about the fighting because she had a more pressing issue. at that
Probably.
particular moment. All right. So,
boy.
you know, she says she had no idea that anything was wrong until the police showed up 3 days later.
She had no idea anything
That
was
she
wrong.
didn't think she'd do anything wrong, and she didn't think anything was wrong with the kids until the cops came to inform her that, in fact, this was probably a really bad idea.
Are you serious?
And we need to talk about that. When am I ever not serious?
No. Oh my goodness. This.
No, I
lady-
take that back. When am I ever serious?
Didn't the
Is the true statement.
didn't the mother
my
see that
goodness.
that her daughter was?
Let's
dangerous?
find out. We continue to read on in the story here.
Oh
She
my
said, I didn't do it on I'm trying to do my best, you know, voice here. I don't know that she actually sounds like this. I'm taking a lot of artistic liberty, so please bear with me. I didn't do it on purpose or intentionally to harm my daughter, you understand. Simpson told ABC affiliate WPBF-TV, if she ever once complained to me and said, hey, Mom, I think I have a headache, but she didn't. I'm heartbroken. My kids are
Oh
gone.
no. This is-
And seen. The 12-year-old told investigators that she did complain of dizziness and a headache. Police will also point out that the girl's head cracked into the vehicle's windshield. You know,
Okay, that might have been the first.
yeah,
one.
that's not a bump. Okay, it's not you know, mom's. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops, my bad. All right. Well,
As if she stepped on her.
she
toe or
was
something.
arrested
Oh my
on a
goodness.
felony charge of child abuse, and now all three kids are in their father's custody. All right, so that is candidate number one for Mother of the Year, right? The slam on the brakes to get the kids to stop fighting mom. All right. Up next, she's a Capricorn. She enjoys cross stitch and she's never been late. Out of Flagler County, a woman is accused of using a taser. Don't tase me, Mom, on her 15-year-old son, according to the Flagler County Sheriffs. She allegedly, we have to use that word because she's not been convicted yet. She allegedly left 2 burn marks on the boy's arm. So she tased him in the arm, not even hitting center mass. So that's my first problem right there. If you're going to do it right. You want to hit center mass, not on the arm. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, Diana. All right. So Rhonda Golson, 54, was arrested on Friday after the sheriff's office investigations were called to the victim's grandparents' house. Deputies say that Golson was allegedly verbally abusing her son. And then because that wasn't good enough, or at least, you know, the message wasn't getting through his thick skull, she had to break out the taser.
Oh my goodness.
He was
Yep.
behaving wildly.
The victim told the deputies that Golson also encouraged his aunt, who has since left town, to repeatedly hit him. So this is a family affair. You know, everybody get in on the beat down.
I mean,
Come
how
on.
bad is he?
Grandpa, Grandpa, wake up, get the frying pan, come over here and whack this baby in the head.
Oh.
They're using this.
Does
kid
that-
as a-
That
their
explain?
personal-
Does that sound familiar, John?
Yeah.
Explains a lot. The grandparents told the deputies that they have even heard Mommy Goldson threaten to kill her son in the past. All right, so here's the tasering mom. She's threatened to kill the kid. She's encouraging other family members. Her beating him is not enough. We need more family violence. So we're bringing in the aunts, uncles, cousins from out of state are coming in to break off a piece and do an old fashioned family beatdown. What, you guys didn't have those?
Not the whole
No.
family.
Not the whole family.
Not the whole family.
It's usually one or two members, but no.
Mom was okay.
All right. So that's candidate number 2. So first candidate is the slam on the brakes mom.
Right.
Candidate number 2 is taser mom. Okay. All right. Mom number 3. This story, mommy got powder. A toddler gave away his mommy trying to hide drugs in her clothes during a traffic stop when he reached inside her shirt and pulled out a baggie of cocaine,
Yes.
according to the sheriff's officer. Ain't that cute? He's snitching on mommy. Ain't that sweet?
Yes, how
I remember
cute.
that
Uh-oh.
one.
Volusia
my
deputies
goodness.
pulled the car over with dark tinted windows that had an open trunk with an unsecured bicycle on Derbyshire Road near Daytona Beach at about 9:30 in the morning this past Sunday. The driver appeared nervous, and deputies saw passenger Candace Harden in the front seat. In the back seat were Crystal Matthews and a 11-month-old boy, according to the police. Deputies checked Matthews and discovered, what? She's on the Florida inmate release status for the sale and manufacture of or delivery of cocaine.
Oh,
So you're out on jail. You're out on bond
That I didn't know.
for distributing cocaine,
mhm.
and you're distributing cocaine. This is not the master criminal here. Okay, I'm sorry.
Of course not.
No. All right. So the deputies, they check out her driver's license and they have a canine unit on the scene. Occupants of the car were asked to step out of the car, and Harden was directed to take the small boy out, according to the report. Search of the car revealed no drugs, and a female deputy was called to search the women, according to the report. As deputies handed back Harden's driver's license, the toddler reached inside mommy's shirt and pulled out a baggie with some cocaine in it. Harden quickly grabbed the baggie from the child and threw it on the ground. Investigators said 3 more baggies with cocaine residue were found. Pills without a prescription were also found in Harden's purse, according to the cops. She was then charged with child abuse, possession of cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts of possession of pills without a prescription, possession of paraphernalia, and smuggling contraband into a prison facility jail, according to the records. Harden was released after posting $4,500 bail, according to court records. Do you think she was able to keep the kid?
No, but you know what? And I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you,
Okay.
but I think
You got
that
something to say as a mother.
as a mom,
Oh, here it comes.
kids are smarter than what some people think. As a mom, I think this poor baby was saying, "Help me," and just showed it.
Really?
I think so.
What a spin on that one.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think so. I think the baby know that maybe I'm not gonna judge her on her parental
Okay.
outlook on everything, but I think this poor baby.
All right. So you being the expert. Diana, you got kids?
No kids.
Johnny, you a mom?
I have a mom, but I'm.
You have a
kid.
mom,
Yeah,
but
of
you've
course.
never been a mom.
No.
No, me neither. I've never even played a mom on the radio.
But I
Right.
just think that it's so funny.
So you're
because-
the expert here, okay?
Not
We have
really.
3 examples
Yeah, I
of quality parenting here.
all of
Right.
them. I think
All
I
right.
would smack them.
Yeah, 5 minutes
Yes.
alone, sir,
Yeah.
certainly.
To me,
So we got slam on the brakes, mom,
yes. I'm sorry.
taser mom,
Mhm.
all right, and cocaine mom. That's because she was keeping it in her bra. We'll call her cocaine bra mom, coke bra mom. Let's start with which one of them is the least evil. Least evil.
Evil is I would say the one with the baby took the drugs out of her bra.
Okay,
Because at the same time, we didn't see, even though she is endangering her child, because you never know if if somebody was following her besides the police that knew what she had on her and maybe harm her and probably try to harm the baby. I would say that's a possibility, but
Wow,
we don't know.
you're really in a dark place there. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
you
like
never
an
know
episode of
because-
Law and Order or something.
That's what my cousin calls me, CIA.
Okay.
But but I mean, at the same
Okay.
time, the other two,
But let's all right. Which is the middle evil?
I think the middle evil.
So we got Taser Mom and we've got
Wow,
Slam on the
other
Brakes
two-
Mom.
The other two are just cruel. I think the less evil one was the one with the drugs.
No, yeah, we've established that. Now
yeah.
we're looking for
evil-
number 2 here.
Out of the two, well, Slam on the Brakes. How could you do that and see that your child's
But
face?
she says she didn't mean to do it.
It doesn't matter.
So
if
she didn't
do it.
have
I-
what they call the malicious intent.
I can remember my son fell when he was a baby, and I was so freaked out that when I took him to the hospital, everybody was looking at me, and the doctor said to me, if the first thing a kid does is look me up head and down when I get in the room, there's nothing wrong with him. Mom, he's fine. Because I'm a first-time mom at that time.
Right.
So, every little thing, I'm scared. Oh my God, is he okay? I'm bringing him, making sure to check. How could something like this happen where, okay, she didn't mean to hurt her by slamming on the brakes, but at the same time, I'm sure she saw when the kid's head went in
Okay. All right. But I need you to make a decision here. Taser Mom or Slam on the Brakes Mom? Which is the lesser of two
The
evils?
lesser of two evils. Wow. Well, if Slam on the Brakes Mom is less than smart like that, I would say maybe she's lesser of the two, but Taser Mom,
Taser Mom wins. Mom of the year is Taser Mom.
Yeah, because if she's not only tasering him, but she's also bringing other people in to join in on
That's
the abuse.
it's the good old fashioned family beatdown.
Yeah,
I'll tase him
that's-
when he goes down. You guys kick him. All right, we'll get the whole family involved. All right, that story out of Flagler County. So it was Rhonda Golson, 54 years old. Congratulations. You are the worst mother of the year.
Oh, my
Congratulations.
goodness.
Congratulations. You, Rhonda Golson, you
She got the
tased your
award.
child. You invited family members to beat him. You, Rhonda Golson, are the worst mother in the state of Florida for the year of 2015. So saith the experts here at the George West Show that you can hear right here on 247miami.tv. I'm George West. We've got a segment left. What's going to be in it? I don't know. It's going to be a grab bag. It's like the mystery mouse Cthulhu. You got to stick around to find out. All right? Toodles. Oh, no. We'll be right back.
Magic.
You're listening to the George West Show. His staff consists of a team of rocket scientists fired from NASA and a room full of untrained monkeys working around the clock to bring you the best show possible.
Back in the cage, you monkeys. Back. You're listening to the George West Show, heard right here on 247miami.tv, fueled by monkey power. I want you to know we're now serving shrimp as well. All right, so we've talked about some stuff and some things today. Some crazy, strange things afoot in the Sunshine State, and the parade of weirdness continues into our fourth and final segment of the George West Show. Stay tuned. We got Rink Rash Radio coming up immediately following everything that's roller derby in the state of Florida in the 305. And I just want to let you know, February 21st, big bout. Rolling Valkyries coming to the Sunnyland Hockey Rink. Can't make it? Not a problem, dude. I got you covered. I'm doing 2 hours of live radio, pre-bout coverage, and we'll be webcasting the entire event right here on 247miami.tv. So you spread the gospel of roller derby. Tell your friends. It's full contact, all female, girl on girl roller derby action. What's not to love? What's not to love? Well, you wouldn't love this guy, right? And that's the worst segue in radio history. You wouldn't want to have this guy as a neighbor, right? Or what do you think like the worst kind of neighbor you could have would be?
The one that I have.
The one that you
The one
have.
that you
Yeah.
have.
Okay. What do you hate about your neighbor?
What do I hate? Everything.
I hate
Everything.
that bitch. What about her? What did she do that's so
His
annoying?
dogs bark. I can't sleep at night. His roosters. His chicken.
What is, oh, that's right. You live in Hialeah, right?
No, they don't have Anna.
Little Habana.
I had to move over there. And it's so horrible.
So you're living basically next to a farm?
I don't know what he has, but he's a Cuban guy. I don't have anything wrong with Cubans, but he's a Cuban guy that he's extremely loud. He cusses all day, all night. They have-
Okay. All right.
Horrible.
All right. What about you?
Worst neighbor.
I love my neighbors. I got great neighbors.
Well-
If they may complain about me, but I have no problem with them. None whatsoever.
I have to compete the music. I put it louder, he puts it louder.
No, nothing like that. Melissa?
I would say I had an experience, but it's now been corrected.
Uh-oh.
Where I live in an apartment right now, and it was ironically, I'm on the 3rd floor. So I try to be as cautious as I can when we're walking or my son is playing, running, jumping, whatever. Don't do it. People are under us. However, the people under us, when they just moved in, oh my goodness, they were so loud. I mean, no concern for anyone else around with the music, with the noise. I'm like, do these people think they're the only ones in this building? And so much that I got so frustrated one day.
Those are the folks. When I lived,
Yeah.
when I was an
You're
apartment
not there
dweller,
anymore.
I wanted to
Yeah.
live next to those people.
Let me
Like
tell
put
you.
me next to an apartment full of black chicks that like to party.
Well, these were young. They're not there anymore. These were younger people, and
Yeah, now we're
apparently
talking.
They got out, and I mean, I got so frustrated that I just started jumping. And my neighbor came across, my friend and neighbor. He's not in the building anymore either. He said, "Girl, you sound like you were about 300-400 pounds just now jumping.
Good.
No one would have ever believed that you're so tiny." I was
Okay.
so mad.
All right.
All my
So not only did you have a bad neighbor, you got to become a bad neighbor.
yes,
All right.
because
Hold on a second, Johnny. Johnny, you got bad neighbors? You got a bad neighbor story?
No, I don't got no bad neighbors. I mean, everybody.
You're the
does.
bad neighbor. You're the one that's mischievous and you're like the Dennis the Menace. I mean,
No,
look at that damn shirt you're wearing. If that's a Dennis the Menace
Dennis
shirt,
the
if I've,
Menace
I've
shirt.
ever
Oh
seen.
my
like a
goodness,
cute
yes.
polo shirt.
I think his was red,
His
red and
was
white striped. You've got
red
the
and
blue and
white,
white stripes. So
yeah.
you're like the Latin Dennis the Menace. How would you say it?
Daniel el Travieso.
There you go, Daniel Travieso.
Oh.
Right, that comes on right after Con Puerto Viver, starring
Oh.
Hugh Beaumont and Barbara Billingsley. Con Tony Dow y Jerry Mathers es Los Viver.
Well, basically, all neighbors are nice, having fun,
Okay.
but like 5 to 4 houses far away from my
Uh-oh.
house, like if I hear
Uh-oh, 4 houses down.
way over there,
What's that dude up to?
you could listen like just one house right here, but nothing
Mhm.
happens to it. But then like that house complain to the other house in another complex,
Oh,
and then the other
goodness.
house where we live, they
Right.
put loud music.
Put a pin in it because you all have nothing to complain about.
Really?
No.
What's your story?
All right, listen to this neighbor. This one out of St.
I'm
Petersburg.
cool.
Got this one from WFLA. Best neighbor ever. All right, Lakewood Estates neighborhood is filled with families, children, and on any given day, you can see kids climbing trees and playing on swing sets. Right there, you know it's a lie because kids are not allowed to climb trees anymore. That's child abuse.
Yeah,
What
All
do you
right,
mean?
which is that's a whole other show right
they
there.
can.
All right,
yeah.
put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. I know where you're going with this. You know, yeah, the helicopter parenting, bubble wrap our kids, all that kind of stuff. All right, so it's a nice neighborhood. It's Lakewood Estates. Look at that. I mean, look at the name, Lakewood Estates. Yeah, doesn't it
Yeah,
sound like
it
a
sounds
wonderful place to
nice.
live?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
place,
why
park.
when news of a residential gun range opening up did not sit well for neighbors. That's right. Moms and dads are extremely upset after their 21-year-old neighbor, Joseph Carinante, told them that he had built his very own homemade gun range right there in his yard. Said he didn't want to hurt himself or any neighbors. And he didn't want to hurt anybody. He just wants to, he likes to shoot his guns. That's how he has fun. So that's what he told local news. He says, I don't want to have to go to a gun range when I can just walk outside. Now, he wants to fire his 9mm pistol in his yard, which is in St. Petersburg, which just happens to be a few feet away from kids. And according to the St. Petersburg cops, 100% legal. 100% legal.
Really?
Yep. He is not breaking any laws.
Wow.
Hey, this is America. I love stories like this. Love it. It still goes to show that, there's still pockets, corners in this world where if you own the land, you can do what you want. All right. And maybe, in a simpler time, if his neighbors didn't live right on top of him and in this little thing we like to call urban sprawl, when your closest neighbor was maybe a mile away, you could do stuff like this and nobody bat an eye because it was your business, your property. Nobody cared. All right. Yeah. But, now we all live on top of each other like ants. And, you got your loud neighbor. You've got your neighbor with the chickens and the roosters and the dogs and the cussing in Cuban and the casa carajo. And you've got your neighbors that's telling that neighbor that's doing this. And, mine, come on, it's a big smoke.
What is yours?
Mine, I'm the bad neighbor.
No way.
I'm the bad neighbor, man.
Why? Because you put a lot of music?
Because, I may be sitting in my backyard and it may smell like, like skunks are being, getting funny back there or something like that. I just like to, all my neighbors to assume that I'm a nice guy and I'm constantly giving Jamaicans who need a ride. I'm picking them up and taking them where they need to go.
Right.
This is what I hope the police will assume if they pull me over.
Right.
That I either just ran over a skunk or I picked up some hitchhiking Jamaicans because, I have such a big heart. I'm a people person.
Okay.
All right. So this guy builds his own Carriante. He builds his own pistol range right there in his yard. Totally legal. And he said he wouldn't have done it if he had known that his neighbors would react like this. And he's got all the proper paperwork. Everything's been filed right. So, he's, law's on his side. But he said he wouldn't have done it. Now, he says he's going to inform his neighbors when he intends to fire his gun, which he hopes to do every other weekend. He's got a schedule. All right. Residents think that's not good enough. Meanwhile, the police admit they've been to his home a couple times, and even though he's obeying the law, they will be monitoring the situation closely.
Even though
he's obeying the law, he's totally within his rights. He's obeying the law, but the police are now, they're going to be watching him. So you just basically the guy he just drew a big old target on his back. But we've all known a person like this, the jerk that's like the George Zimmerman type. No, I'm coloring within the lines. I'm following the law. I'm following the law, and the law says, and the law, and the law, and the law, and the law. And I can be a complete douche canoe. Yes, douche canoe. I went there and got away with it because I can. And what are you going to do about it? I'm within the law. Well, what are you going to do? All right.
Sad.
It's Florida. Yeah. It's Florida. And that one, Tampa in particular, the land of Hulk Hogan. So, all right, moving on. It's the fake weed got me all crazy. Police respond to a call just before 1 p.m. to a suspicious looking person standing on the roof and yelling that someone was trying to kill him.
Trying to kill himself. He's on the roof.
That's crazy.
It gets better. When the responding officers made contact with Leroy Struthers, he kept asking them to find his sister. Leroy. Yeah, that's their second Leroy story. There was Uncle Leroy Floyd, 2 first names there, always trouble. The 3 first names, serial killer. All right, when Struthers saw that the responding officers first approaching the building, he placed a Smith & Wesson semi-automatic pistol to his head and pulled the trigger after an unsuccessful suicide attempt. Smothers began telling officers that he needed to speak with his sister, Leanne. He told them that he was depressed because the mother of his child was cheating on him and wouldn't come clean. She had a little piece of chicken on the side. Why not? Well, we don't know that. The guy's nuts. He's standing naked on the roof with a gun trying to kill himself. You may not, take everything he says with a grain of salt, Might not be all there.
Oh, my God.
So he also told the officers that he was under the influence of Flakka, a designer drug that is vaped with an e-cigarette, not to be confused with Buddha, another designer street drug, which is a wax form of marijuana. Flakka is made with similar ingredients used to make bath salts, the recreational designer drug that's made headlines recently here in South Florida because of the dangerous hallucinogenic effects. It may even be responsible for the face-eating incident that took place last year. and that's still being debated. You know,
Oh
Flocka
my
or gravel
goodness.
is a hodgepodge mix of chemicals, sort of a cross between crack, cocaine, and meth. All right.
Oh,
That's America's cup of coffee. Widely popular throughout South Florida. It's cheap, easy to get, and reportedly induces behavior in smokers similar to that of meth. Police have not confirmed if Struther was on Flocka, but he says he was. And when the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office SWAT team was able to calm him down and talk him off the roof, Smothers was arrested, transported to JFK Hospital by the Palm Beach Fire Rescue for evaluation. I'd like to point out that they did not kill the man. What's that? How come it didn't make national media? The SWAT team talked to a guy with a gun who had tried to kill himself off a roof, and it didn't kill him, and it didn't make national news. Only in Florida. Only in Florida. And that, my friends, is just scratching the surface of the weirdness that is the Sunshine State. That's why I love living here. Every day, something cuckoo bananas happens. You can read about it in the papers. You can see it on the internet. You can find it on your local television station. This is a wonderful, wonderful state to live in for no other reason than we are the third most populous state, meaning we've got the third most amount of weirdos, crazy people, nut jobs. They're here. They're here, and they're making news, and I'll bring it to you every week right here on the George West Show, 24/7 Miami.tv. So until next week, keep one foot in the gutter, one hand in the gold. I'm George West. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, cockroach